What's going on? Before we get any further into this podcast, thank you guys again so much for watching this. I wanted to say thank you. And for that, we do have a giveaway going into this podcast. Make sure to check out the description down below on YouTube. Or if you're on iTunes and Spotify, do head over to my Twitter, @PopeTheKing, or even our YouTube channel for the giveaway. We are giving away a copy, a Blu-ray copy, in fact, of Glass, presented by Sandwichjohnfilms. Thank you so much to them for presenting this, handing us this Blu-ray copy to be giving away. Thank you guys again so much for watching this. And of course, enjoy the podcast.
Knock knock, everybody. This is the Goodboys. I'm your host Tyler with my co-host
Zach Pope. You guys know me. We got a packed episode today.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking a little bit about Star Wars.
Master Chief got casted in the Showtime series.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, they finally cast the actor. I'm kind of excited about it. Mike Myers has a new Netflix show coming, and he's playing all the characters. So that's kind of exciting.
That's going to be strange.
Yeah, and we're just going to kind of shoot the shit. It's been a week since we've seen each other. Of course, we're filming this. And the day after we filmed the last one, all these new Star Wars trailers came out.
Yeah, that's what
And we're really excited to talk about this. We do have a little bit of a debate in here, because we're talking about Palpatine later in this episode.
Well, not just that, but just the franchise right now.
Yeah. I think we both have different perspectives on that. But just shooting the shit. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yes.
So let's just put this with it. We're not gonna go super into spoilers.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones, do be a little bit wary. Maybe skip 5 minutes ahead. I mean, like I said, we're not gonna get super into spoilers. Nothing big happened this episode. It was a typical Game of Thrones episode, but I wanted to get your perspective on it because I really liked it. It was the exact episode I knew it was gonna be. Reunions, set up. All right, we're set up for the next season.
Yeah.
And I loved how Bran this whole episode was not just creepy, but also very. Okay, guys, your dragon got killed by the White Walkers.
Yeah,
they have a dragon.
Like,
let's get this going. No more
everything.
kisses and hugs. And it was like, let's move this along.
Yeah.
The only con I had in the episode, and it's not a con yet, but I think it's a problematic thing that could come around, is they made such an emphasis on the Greyjoy storyline last season with Yara and Theon and Euron Greyjoy, and the fact that I don't know. It's a little. I don't like the fact that their storyline was so wrapped up so fast with saving Yara, and it makes me curious. Like, is this it for Yara? Because it makes me feel like, okay, it's wrapped up. We're just gonna focus on Theon and Euron now, and Yara's going off to the Greyjoy Islands. And if that's really how it is, I'm like, Yara's a cool character.
She might come back when the big battle happens.
Maybe. Only third episode's gonna be the big battle, so hour and a half long, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
What was your favorite reunion?
The last one.
Oh, with Sam and John?
Nope.
Which one? Jamie and Bran?
Yeah. I saw that and it didn't click for me until like the last moment where I was like, oh, I hope this isn't the end, where I was like, they haven't seen each other since
the first episode.
Yeah, the first episode where he pushed him off.
And there's a lot of callbacks to the first episode actually in this. One of the things is the first scene that we see in the first episode is an army riding in the Winterfell. Yep. Same thing from a kid's point of view. And it was really cool seeing Arya and her reaction to Jon, Daenerys, then the Hound.
Yeah,
and you see her face and she's like, he's alive.
Yeah, there was that, and I also liked the reunion because the Hound was like, hates her so much, but yeah, he's like, I kind of respect her. Yeah, respect her. He's like, he says like, no wonder, like, you're a cold-hearted bitch, like, no wonder why you're so alive, and like walk past her.
He's like, you also robbed me.
Yeah, but like almost like lightheartedly, like at first strong, but then just lighthearted, just kind of
and like I've been predicting it. I think he'll die protecting her this season.
Probably.
I think their relationship, what was it, through season 4 or season 3? Oh. No, season 4, because he took her after the whole Red Wedding.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's why, again, I love season 4 so much, because of the Brienne storyline, because of the Hound storyline with Arya.
Well, I like the first, I mean, not the first, but 3 and 4 are my favorite seasons.
Yeah, same here. But I really liked their reunion. And it's Gendry and Arya, that was cool.
Yeah.
I liked all the reunions in here.
Yeah.
Like, it was very...
Gun.
It was good. Like Tyrion and Sansa, the fact that we haven't seen those two characters together since season 4.
Yeah.
And he's like, it doesn't look good when your wife leaves the day after the funeral.
And then not only that, but Jon's back in Winterfell. Like, that's kind of a huge thing.
And all the reunions with him, with Bran. The coolest thing, though, is when he finds out that he is a Targaryen. The fact that he didn't freak out that he's fucking his aunt is one of the funniest things. He was more mad that he's the heir to the throne.
Yeah.
The one thing that I loved was there's a callback, because the last time he saw Ned Stark, Ned said, the next time I see you, I will tell you about your mother. When he finds out, it's in front of Ned's tombstone. And I love
I didn't think about that.
And I like that they really were smart. Again, this is very much a setup episode. It's chess pieces. I've always equated Game of Thrones to chess. They're planning everything for the rest of the season, and the fast pace is back. It's just like last season, which is the biggest con I had of last season of how fast everything moves. I don't know how fast everything is going to move in the rest of the season. I'm expecting pretty fast.
Maybe not like fast, but just good at pace. Just like the perfect pace that it needs, so us fans don't get disappointed.
So this next episode, the second one, is going to be the build up towards this war. I'm guessing cliffhanger, someone dies right at the end, signaling they're here.
That or like you kind of like just see them like standing off with one another,
and we haven't even mentioned the creepiest part with the kid stabbed on the wall. That was terrifying. That was a really good moment, and especially with Tormund, because I'm watching Tormund and you see the kid's eyes open behind him, and you're like, no. Really good moment, but I thought it was a good Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the rest of the season goes.
Yeah. So I'm curious. And then we also have Avengers coming up this week. I wanted to ask you. Yeah. So I did a list talking about who I think is going to die. And personally, at this point, I think there's only going to be one actual character that dies. I think we're going to lose one big main character, and they're either going to retire characters or kind of just send them off in different ways. I wanted to ask you who you think that one character will be.
Probably Captain America.
See, I'm on the opposite. I think Iron Man.
I mean, they might both die.
They could both die.
Or one could die, and then the other one like sort of retires.
Mm-hmm. I just look at it as I think they're both done. Yeah, this is their last film, but I think Cap's gonna get the happy ending, and Iron Man's gonna get the death.
Probably.
I think his arc fits it more, and I think Cap hasn't had the best of life. If you really think about it, this guy frozen in time, comes back into war again, probably a virgin, which is not the best way to die, and. I just don't see him dying. I don't see him dying. I see him maybe going back in time and spending time with Peggy.
I mean, nonetheless, I think there's definitely going to be a few superheroes that are basically done after this episode.
Yeah, which is nice. I'm excited to see the new swap of them.
Yeah.
Like when Doctor Strange was premiered, I love Doctor Strange. I think he's one of the... I just rewatched this film and I love it.
It's one of my favorite Marvel films.
It's so different.
It's colorful. Yeah, it's super colorful. It's different. His backstory is really, really neat because you got to see like how he was really arrogant and like head high because he was this awesome brain surgeon and then he loses that ability and then he has to like work his way up.
And it feels very real. Like it feels relatable because he's one of the most relatable characters, like, and he's a dick. Like, he is a dick.
Yeah.
When he's trying to figure out, and he becomes he's very cocky still.
Yeah, but he, like, once he realizes, like, oh, like, his, like, mind kind of opens up. He's like, okay, this, like, you can do, like,
and I like that message. Like, I want people to open their minds up in general to more topics.
Well, not just that, but, like, also learning. Just, like, I mean, he read the books. That's where he like started when he was coming up and through college to become a brain surgeon.
The parallels with that were
really exactly. Strong. So it was like really just like knowledge and keep your mind open. That
what other franchise I think is really underrated is the Ant-Man one. I just rewatched the first and second one too, kind of leading up to Endgame. Have you seen the second one?
Nope, I have not watched either the first one or the second one.
They're just, I mean, they're fun. They're really fun. But I think it's Paul Rudd. I literally think he's the best casted character in the MCU. Like, it's a very weird choice, but a choice that works.
It fits Ant-Man and just, like, him as a character, just everything. It's just really, really good. Like, perfect actor.
It's great. Yeah, so, and have you heard this theory of him jumping up to Thanos' ass and just...
yeah.
This won't happen, but would you like to see it happen?
Yeah.
I think as a joke... It would be funny.
In a universe that is perfect, yes, I would like to see that.
I'm sorry, so hilarious. I think it would be funny if they actually put it in. They hint that he went in. and somehow Thanos stops it. Like, he reverses time all of a sudden.
Jesus Christ.
Or, like, goes to the bathroom. This is like an SNL skit.
Is it? Oh, is it really?
I wish it would be. You know what's funny? The actor who plays Thanos, he took a picture of himself on the toilet on Instagram. He's like, I'm trying to shit Ant-Man out. And I like that they're going in on these details.
And not only that, but just also kind of acknowledging, like, all the dumb shit that kind of floats around on the internet. Like, yeah, we recognize it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the new Star Wars coming out?
I guess let's switch into that. Lots of Star Wars news. Which thing are you talking about? We got The Mandalorian.
Well, let's start with the first. Let's start with the
episode
movie.
9.
Yeah.
So you know I love Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I loved Force Awakens.
I so don't get why.
Dude, I don't. I think it's just for me. Like I'm not the biggest fan of the prequels. Like I enjoy them. I enjoy everything Star Wars. Like that I'm not gonna say I love everything Star Wars. There's a lot of shit.
Yeah, for sure. You're a fan. You just enjoy it for what it is.
I enjoy Star Wars for what it is. Good, bad, great, ugly. I'll enjoy it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna praise it.
Yeah.
I won't praise the prequels. Except the Revenge of the Sith. I'll praise Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith was good because it had some awesome battle scenes. Yeah. In that. And also
so my thing with Force Awakens is I just love. It's like such a great reintroduction to the world. And I think for people who have never experienced Star Wars, it's one of the best ones to get into because it really reinvigorated it and it feels for modern time more. Okay. When you go back and watch the original trilogy, like I know multiple people who try to go watch those and they don't like them. And a lot of it is just some people just don't like older movies, and that's
absolutely,
fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna flack them. Like they gave it a chance, and that's all I ask. And then Last Jedi. I remember when we walked out, I didn't know what to think. And you liked it a little more.
Yeah, I wanted to, off of initial impressions, I was like, this is a good Star Wars movie. And then, like, you really start thinking about, like, how the whole movie was set up and, like, what they really did. And you're like, okay, they kind of just screwed the franchise over.
So, there's a couple things on that. One, I think The Last Jedi is a greatly made film. But it's not a great Star Wars movie. That's how I put it. Because as a movie, great movie. Yeah. Very experimental. Like the fact that it only takes place literally right after Force Awakens, and the way that the story is structured through, it's very unique.
Yeah.
Action scenes, great. The one with Kylo and Rey, probably one of the best battle scenes.
The one good one.
The only one, pretty much. Really. And it is a slow movie. I like a lot of the themes. I love everything with Luke. I love everything with Kylo. I love everything with Rey. I hate almost everything with Finn. I hate everything almost with Poe. Which sucks, because I love those. Those are two of my favorite characters from Force Awakens.
Well, not only that, but they're the new characters. They're like the main characters that you have to find a way to.
And it's not like I didn't hate them. I just hated the stories they went on.
Yeah,
And there are really good moments in Last Jedi. The one when you could hear a pen drop when she destroys the ship in hyperdrive.
Yeah, that was
crazy. Everything on the sandy planet, the salty planet, awesome. Loved it. Cinematography, beautiful. Not going to deny any of that. The humor, out of place. I didn't like the humor in it that much.
Yeah, the humor was
like
dumb.
Luke sucking a tit, like, off the milk. That was weird.
I don't understand why they had to show that.
No, it wasn't needed. But, so, the thing that I've had the biggest problem with is it just feels like Force Awakens set up so much. And I know this is a real thing. Then Kathleen Kennedy, great producer. I mean, she's given us stuff like E.T. She's given us classics.
Yeah.
Goes to Rian Johnson and says, make whatever you want. What is the way that you want to tell the story? That's not the right way to do this. Whatever JJ set up is everything that you should have followed through.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm excited for episode 9 now.
Because he has something to link it to.
Because I think Rian Johnson's like, yay, and JJ Abrams is like, fuck me. I have to come back and do this.
Yeah.
And then he's, in a sense, he's not retconning what happened in Last Jedi. He's gonna bring what he liked in there. In fact, did you watch the panel at all?
Brief. Like, so not too much.
He did take a little bit hits. Like, not like, I fucking hate this movie, but
yeah.
He was like, the best thing about Last Jedi was they casted Kelly Marie Tran, which was the Asian girl, who I liked her. I liked Rose. I thought she was a cool character. And everyone cheered, and I was like, but that wasn't my favorite part. I don't think he's probably happy that Luke died. Because Luke's gonna have to be a Force ghost in this one.
Yeah.
I don't think he's... There's I mean, if you even... I mean, looking at Episode 9 trailers, Rey has Rey has his lightsaber again. So that's back. Mm-hmm. Kylo's helmet. It's back. He destroyed that.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is Palpatine's back.
Yeah, which is the whole Force Ghost thing.
I don't think it's a Force Ghost. I have multiple perspectives on this.
Okay.
And I know you're holding with guard to see what they actually do with it.
Yeah, I want the only thing I want it to happen is have it be smart and not dumb. Where it's like...
So, I've been looking into a lot on this. Because I want to be able to defend this because I love Palpatine's character.
Yeah, he's a great
But I'm
villain.
the same with you. If it comes in a stupid way, I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah.
So, these are some of the theories and perspectives that I've gotten from other people. The first thing is, did you know George Lucas actually, J.J. Abrams went to him and helped him and asked him what his original concept was for the new trilogy?
Yeah.
And they've always planned on having Palpatine.
I saw that he admitted that. And
but now it's like, now you have to address, okay, what clues did you have in Force Awakens to address this? I remember one of the original scripts was there were certain signals and Force things with Palpatine talking. Which, in Force Awakens, I just remember, like, Yoda's voice and Obi-Wan's voice talking to Rey. Which I'm still waiting for Obi-Wan as a Force Ghost.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be in Last Jedi. Honestly, I thought he was Last Jedi Force Ghost.
You thought he was going to pop up?
Come on, Ewan McGregor. Man. He has to pop. He has to pop up in this one. As a Force Ghost.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see. But, so, here's some other ones. So, you haven't watched Star Wars Rebels. They introduced time travel in there. In a very forcey manner, and I don't mean force. I'm just trying to be.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
It worked to a really smart level, and I think that's actually how they're gonna. I mean, they're not gonna say, "Oh, this happened in Star Wars Rebels." No, I think they're just gonna go into that mythology, and that's a way that they could bring Palpatine back. Another one was there's a lot of theories running around is that's the original Death Star at the end of the trailer. That is the original Death Star from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay.
What if Sith Lords? What if they're just stuck to where they died at? Like, wherever... Like, he died in that Death Star. So he is stuck in there for the rest of his life. That's where his spirit resides.
Okay.
I like that. I'm not mad with that. Kind of makes sense to me. Force Ghosts are allowed to go wherever, because they were on the good side.
Yeah.
He wanted lightning from his fingers, so he gets to stick where he is. So that would be cool, because Rey could go there and run into him. And maybe that's where her lineage is, because JJ said there's more to her family in this.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying is, what if she's a clone off of Palpatine? Or DNA or something, or he made her. And that explains why she's so strong. I would dig it. I'm all for this.
I'm just kind of like, right now I'm kind of just curious.
Another theory I want to bring up is, so Palpatine, in the old lore that they are kind of borrowing from that isn't canon, Palpatine came back to life.
Yeah,
he had made a clone.
Yeah, it moved his conscience.
Which, I mean, okay, I get it. Sure. I guess I can get into that. I personally want the one that he's stuck in the Death Star.
Yeah,
I would rather have that. I think that's the one I would want. I don't like the time travel one the most.
Yeah, that can get pretty crazy.
Unless this film's like 3 hours long, which I don't think it'll probably be like 2.5 hours, which it still makes me that Last Jedi was like 2 hours and like 40 minutes. Because you know what I mean? But it's a good movie. Like, I'm excited for episode 9. I love the trailer. I don't want to see any more. I don't want to see any more from this. I don't want to hear anything else about it. I just want to go see the movie now.
Yeah, when does it release?
December.
Oh, just like all the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just release it. That's all I want to see. Let me watch the movie.
I mean, I'm not going to predict anymore. I'm not going to theorize anymore. I'm not going to turn this into The Last Jedi where I was theorizing every little thing of it. I just want to see the movie.
Yeah. It's just at the point where I'm curious to see where they're going to take it, because the perfect reason why, or segue, the whole, company of it, the franchise, is it good? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What do you think it is? I
think, as a whole... I don't want to say anything until I see The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian's going to solidify how this series, how the whole company's doing. Because they're all ran in different departments, and I don't think that's how it should be. I think
it should be under one.
It should all be under one. I mean, it is all under Lucasfilm, but there's different people.
Yeah, it's
the
all
people who
different
handle
divisions.
The cartoons are different people. That's Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
And I think, personally, he's the only one that really gets what Star Wars is. He knows what Star Wars is. He plans out everything and how he can intersect it all. He did Star Wars Rebels. He did Star Wars Clone Wars. He did both Star Wars Clone Wars series. If I'm wrong, I think I'm not wrong about it. And he's doing The Mandalorian with Jon Favreau.
Oh, so he's...
he is so invested in this.
Part of The Mandalorian. I didn't realize that he is.
Yeah, so he's helped with the lore and the story for this.
If this show goes to shit, I will be really, really surprised.
Yeah, I would be surprised too. We saw the bootleg trailer. It was dope.
Yeah, the bootleg trailer was awesome. You got to see some really cool things.
And I liked hearing Jon Favreau talk about it, because when you hear him, he's like, this is for people who are fans of the original trilogy.
Yeah, which is good that they're acknowledging that.
And they're going back to original models. Like the ships from they're going back to that.
So see,
it's
they're
gonna hold up.
They're just gonna bring back some of the nostalgia, bring back some old fans, because that's how like I feel like the franchise is right now, where it's not sure where it wants to be because they're killing off a lot of like the old characters that kept old fans with Star Wars.
Which I'm assuming like Leia's dead in this one.
Yeah,
Which sad. I love Carrie Fisher. Rest in peace to her. That moment when she hugs Rey in the trailer. Kind of got a little bit goosebumps there, a little bit teary eye.
Yeah, that.
And Billy D. Williams, Lando's coming back. Please don't fucking kill Lando.
Yeah, please don't kill Lando.
His smile in that trailer was everything.
Yeah, and so I'm curious to see where just like where it's gonna go because I don't know where it wants to be.
But off just the Mandalorian trailer, I'm excited. I'm stoked.
Off of the Mandalorian trailer. Yeah, I really
like. I'm not expecting this to be rated R. I'm expecting this PG-13. But a little more edgy than a. I mean, I want it so like kids could watch it, but this is more for adults.
I would say just a mature, like teenage but gritty.
Like the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Like like Empire Strikes Back. That ain't really for kids. I mean, kids can watch it.
Yeah.
But it's darker, very dark.
Yeah, it just needs to be like just a little bit more mature. I would say.
And I'm excited to see that and the potential of other Star Wars series. Like they're doing a Rogue One spinoff with Cassian Andor and K2SO, which were two of the best characters from Rogue One.
Yeah.
And I like that they're doing them. There's rumors that they're developing an Obi-Wan series, which, all for it.
Yeah.
I just hope I hope Obi-Wan's like a miniseries, just one and done. Cassian Andor, probably a one and done.
I think the huge thing about these shows that they're going to start creating, since it's not like a mass release, is really just let the creators be creative. And just let them have control of it.
And if you need to do certain like story things, like okay, you have to follow this, and this. At least mention these things. Like that's the thing with Last Jedi. They should have told Ryan, you can do whatever you want. It just has to follow this and this path. Yeah. That's kind of what they do with the Marvel films. Black Panther. They came to Ryan Coogler. You can pretty much do whatever you want, but you have to have this villain, this hero, and this character.
They give him like here's like the shell of it. You just follow like kind of like this plan, but on the creativity aspect, just do what you want. And I think that's like a huge thing that needs to happen for really just anything to be really successful now. Just let people that create, but just give them like a nice framework to work with.
And I like that because it keeps the universe together, but also makes the creator creative.
Yeah, it doesn't restrict them bound to like, okay, I can only do so many things.
Yeah.
And, all right, shoot. All right, good, we're done.
Yeah.
There needs to be their own,
but
just
Mandalorian we're both very excited for.
Yeah,
lots of potential. Pedro Pascal, Oberyn from Game of Thrones, is the main character. So excited. And you know what I love in the trailer? They didn't show his face.
Yeah,
and I actually hope they keep it that way.
Not
for the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe,
but I mean for majority of it.
Yeah.
Carl Weathers is in it.
Yes.
Like everyone just looks badass.
They have a good cast. I was not expecting him to be in it. I was like, oh,
Carl Weathers.
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna be the.
Apparently, he's the one that's like the Jabba the Hutt of the group. Like he gets them in, gives them the mission.
Yeah, that's why he was like, he's like, sort of gives like everybody gave like a brief kind of like overview of what their character's gonna do, and I'm excited.
But I'm all for it. I'm there. I'm gonna buy the streaming service first day, $6.99 a month for this Disney streaming service for everything. That's insane.
It depends. I mean. Right now, it is really, really good, but it needs to just going forward. It
has to keep continuing though. Like it can't be like I get because from what I understand, it's rumored that the Mandalorian's only going to drop 2 episodes each week. I'm fine with that.
That's
2 episodes,
perfect.
I because
if they're an hour each, that's perfect.
Because I love binging my stuff on Netflix, but I also like waiting week to week because it keeps it in the conversation.
Well, not only that, but like. Say they're an hour long, you get 2 days a week. That's really perfect to hold you over while you watch. You can just easily put in your rotation.
2 hours, and I mean, some people will wait till the end and then binge.
Just knock out the first.
But I'm excited. Dude. I'm so excited. I mean, this streaming service has the potential to blow everything out of the water. But again,
for right now, I mean, everybody's creating streaming service. That's a completely different.
It is, which we should talk about. We need to talk about soon. Because I want to talk with DC streaming service, which apparently might be going out of business. And they might be moving all those shows over to either Netflix or Warner Media, because Warner Brothers is doing their own streaming service, which made no sense to me why they even made a DC one. Like, why not just wait till the Warner Brothers one was coming out?
Yeah.
Because Swamp Thing, have you heard about this show? R-rated Swamp Thing show looks fucking awesome from the teaser trailer. Right? Swamp Thing looks like Swamp Thing. It's directed by the guy who did The Conjuring, James Wan, who also did Aquaman. They shut down production They filmed 9 episodes, and they were supposed to go to 13. They said, nope, you're only going to do 10. That's it. And it wasn't because of the quality of the show. Because there's test screenings, and people have said it's amazing. It's coming out in May. They just said, oh, yeah. We don't know if this service is going to go any further, so you just got to cut it.
Jesus.
That's horrible.
Yeah, because
and apparently it was really expensive. But it's, for me, it's like, why would you expect a DC, like, by itself streaming service?
Yeah, it doesn't have...
Like, it's not like Marvel did that. I don't even think Marvel would succeed on that. But you would also have, like, the thing they did wrong was...
I would say it would be, because Marvel just has so many, like...
properties, but at the same time, it's like, I don't care.
Shows and movies.
Like, if I want to watch Batman Beyond, I'll just buy it. You know? Like, I'm not going to go to a streaming service. Disney streaming service is different. There's going to be classical movies on there that I can't buy anymore that are going to be on there. Like maybe Song of the South.
If they put Song of the South on the streaming service, that will be my favorite day.
I feel like they're going to.
If they somehow do it, I'd be really, really happy.
Because they said everything. Original Disney Channel movies, like... But so I guess they said that they're going to keep rolling out stuff each month. To obviously not destroy their servers.
Yeah,
completely
slowly
shut and they also
down.
got National Geographic on there. For all their documentaries, all the animal stuff. That's even big, too.
Wow.
I'm excited.
When you realize how many properties Disney actually owns, and they can just easily...
Have you seen the layout of what it looks like?
No, not yet.
I really like it. So, it's pretty much, it has, like, typical Netflix. It's, like, going through the new things like Mandalorian, whatever, Lady in the
It's like a revolving kind of like door.
But it has 4 different categories. Classic Disney... Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic. And then Pixar is on there too.
And they're just going to probably slowly roll out.
Yeah, and they said anytime like a movie comes out like on Blu-ray, first day goes right up on there.
Wow.
So $6.99, dude. I know it's going to go up eventually.
$6.99 is a killer price. Like honestly, like
and
I was talking about
$65 for the whole year. I'm just going to do that.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, honestly. Okay, I eat my words on that. I backtrack on that. This is going to be, I am predicting, going to be a hit. It's probably going to kill everything.
It is, and but it only lasts, because what my prediction is I'm hoping they do this. Okay, after Mandalorian's rolled out, next show rolls out. Like Bucky and Falcon are, Winter Soldier and Falcon are getting their own show. Hawkeye next. Cassian, just totally keep rolling this out. Monsters Inc. show that they're doing.
If Disney really plays it right and just does what they keep on doing, which is... And not in a bad way, because I understand it's a business and everybody has to eat. Just kind of like a cash cow. Just keep on rolling. Like you can easily
but make it good content.
Yeah, just make it
like
good
Netflix
content.
has a bunch of movies and show. They ain't all good.
They're not. Yeah, honestly, if it's not a cash out as long as they're good content.
Because honestly, what was the last Netflix original show you watched? That you were like actually like I need to finish this.
Ozark.
Same. That's the exact other one. I would say Umbrella Academy, but it took me like 4 episodes to get into. Ozark, first episode, I'm in.
But the thing with me and Umbrella Academy is that it's too predictable.
Yeah.
You watch that show, how many times has that story been rehashed?
Oh, multiple times. It's a more fucked up version of the X-Men.
But it's not bad. It's just more of like, there's other things I could watch.
Like Ozark.
Yeah, like
Stranger Things I really like. I like Stranger Things a lot.
Stranger Things is just one of those things. Like, I respect it. I know it's a great show. Just not really for me. But, like, yeah, Ozark was the last one. Because it's just more suspenseful. And it was really, really mature. And you're like, oh, this is on Netflix.
It's the next Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
It's not even Breaking Bad. It's just, like, the next kind of crime thing like Breaking Bad was.
Yeah.
And then Witcher's coming out in November.
So I forgot they're doing a movie on that.
Hard R. Hard R.
It better be really good. It better be like it better leave.
Henry Cavill's Geralt is perfect.
It needs to live up to those expectations.
Oh no, they want this to be their next game. They want this to be their Game of Thrones.
I hope so. There's that. Yeah, we honestly just need to talk about the whole streaming service.
That won't be the next episode probably.
Absolutely.
Most likely. Maybe after Avengers, because Avengers Endgame comes out, but we'll see. Moving on, there's one more Star Wars thing. Star Wars: The Fallen Order.
Yeah.
No microtransactions. No online. All single player. Do we believe him?
Okay, if you guys listened to the last podcast, you understand.
Well, we ranted on microtransactions.
Not just that, but just EA in general. So
this is big.
It's huge. So the rumors are it's going to be like Dark Souls. So it's going to be super hard, which I think is
it's a mix between.
move.
I think they'll probably have 2 difficulties.
Well,
they said they're following a lot of Force Unleashed too.
All I'm saying is if they make it that hard, it's a bad movie and it will kill every.
I think there will be a difficulty shift. Do you want to play it easy? Do you want to play this? Because I'm only playing it for the story. That's what I'm getting it for. Is the story and the gameplay, of course. But
instead of doing Dark Souls and be like it's gonna be kind of like that, what they should have said is it's gonna be like Ninja Gaiden.
Can I say one thing?
What's up?
They didn't show gameplay.
I know.
They only showed footage. And it's coming out in November. It's like...
This is the reason why I'm like...
Are they rushing it?
Not rushing it, but I don't... I'm going to wait.
If they don't show anything at E3, I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant. I'm going to be like...
How many times... EA has already lied about a game.
Do you think it's first person or third?
Definitely going to be third.
I hope. I do not want a first person Star Wars game.
It's probably most... 99% sure.
I do like the story. I like the story.
I'm interested with the story, but EA has said no microtransactions, no loot boxes. Said it before. And then on the beginning of the Anthem trailer, they had literally a whatever it's called, a disclaimer that's saying this is in-game footage, and it wasn't. So they lied already. Mm-hmm. I'm going to wait. Anybody listening to this and think about pre-ordering it, I would advise them not to.
I pre-ordered it.
Oh my goodness! Why? You're asking to get burned.
Doesn't mean I'm going to pick it up.
But still.
So here's the thing. I like my local GameStop. Not everyone likes GameStop, but I like my local GameStop.
Okay, if you have the option to go and...
I want to support them. I like my people who work there.
Well, just in general, if you can go and not pay full price and you're able to get a refund or pull your money out for the pre-order, sure, go do that. But do not buy it online for $60 and not have a chance to refund your money if the game turns to shit, which you never know. It could be.
I'm worried. But I hope it's good. The trailer looks good. I mean, it's really just going to come down to us waiting. The thing that's shitty, though, is they canceled that one single-player project and that the director of the Uncharted series was making. And they told her, we don't want single-player content. And she got interviewed about it. She's like, honestly, I don't know like what their change in shift was, but she's like, kind of fucked up to us.
Yeah.
And it is.
It burned EA has burned a lot of people. It has literally laid off a lot of people too. I'm not going to support it in any way, shape, or form until like either A, it shows actually just
E3's big this year.
It just needs to be good and be like completely honest and. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll support that, but I'm not going to support something.
Hey, did you see the PS5 specs?
No.
So, Sony released the PS5 or PlayStation 5 specs.
Sony, like themselves?
Yes, Sony legitimately. Oh, wow. They didn't show what the console was. They didn't even announce it. They're like, everyone already knows it's being made.
Yeah.
It's heavily rumored for next year. Which
probably
points me in the direction that Cyberpunk 2077 is not going to come out this year. It'll probably come out next year.
To support it.
Because they were talking about because they're sending out kit developments to make the games.
Yeah.
So, and it's backwards compatible with PS4. I like that. Make it backwards compatible with PS2 and PS3.
We'll see. That
show myself a little bit more.
Well, I mean, Cyberpunk might release this year, and then since it's back.
But for me, it makes me just
easy.
Wait, like.
No, absolutely not. Just might as well join now.
But dude, I was reading it. So they said, take for instance Spider-Man game for the PS4.
Yeah.
You put it in a PS4, it's usually a 15-second load time. It's a 0.5 second load time.
That's insane.
Yeah, 8K it'll support up to 8K.
Jeez, we don't even have 8K TVs yet?
Yeah, there's 8K. They're super expensive.
How much does an 8K TV cost?
More than you want. It's probably like almost 10 grand. More than 10 grand.
So a fucking car. A nice car.
A nice car, yeah.
You have a fucking nice ass car sitting and hanging on your fucking wall. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but there's a lot too there that I'm excited for. I'm not gonna try and go into all the specs that I know fucking everything, but from what I read, I'm like, I dig it. Now let's see what Xbox has.
Yeah, I mean, it's technology. Yeah. Everything's gonna get smaller, more efficient, quieter, smaller.
Mm-hmm. They did say there's a disk drive in it, which a lot of people were theories and there wasn't going to be. Which Microsoft actually announced that they're coming out with an Xbox One that doesn't have a disk drive.
I mean,
just a cheaper thing.
Yeah, I mean, if it's cheaper, I mean, a lot of it's just going to streaming. Discs and
you know how I feel. I like my physical.
Oh yeah, I would much rather have the option. It's better to have it and not need it.
Because what if there's what if you can't download anything?
Yeah, or
Wi-Fi's down,
or just in like, if you just want it, it's there. If you want it, it's.
So, who knows? Before we get into more of our Star Wars discussion, we do have 2 more news topics, and that's Pablo Schaffer was casted to play Master Chief in a Halo live-action series. I don't think you know who Pablo Schaffer is. He was in... Did you see Den of Thieves?
Yeah.
He was the main guy, the bald guy. He was the main
leader.
Yeah, he got cast as Master Chief. I dig it. He's big. That. He doesn't have to have much emotional arc. Personally, I'm more curious to see who they get to play Cortana. That's the one.
The thing with Halo is that I don't know.
Are you excited for the series? It's Showtime. It's rated R.
I don't know if I'm really excited for Halo in general because it's just been a really long time since the company has been introduced. I would say that's just really maybe just a conversation for a different time.
Yeah. So we get maybe a trailer because I think it comes out this year.
Then let's talk about that. But like right now, for me with Halo, I can't really say I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
It's a franchise and a game that I enjoyed playing when I was a kid. Haven't touched
Gone downhill.
it.
Gone downhill.
I wouldn't say gone downhill, but just
fucking for me it has.
it's been too quiet. I would say like once there's more news, then we'll probably talk about that.
And the last thing, of course, is Mike Myers' new Netflix show. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
It's not called Yeah, baby.
Oh,
but come on. I saw that. And I'm like, I'm all in.
Yeah,
Austin Powers is one of my favorite comedies of all time.
I'm excited to see what that's like. I'm not
over the moon. I mean, this could be the dumbest thing I've ever watched.
But in a good way, because honestly, Austin Powers is kind of like that. But you just love it.
It just works.
It just fucking
like the Love Guru.
works.
I didn't like. That was horrible.
What? You didn't like you didn't like that?
Dude, what? Do you know that's why he stopped acting?
Really?
Because everyone shit on that movie.
See, I like
you
it
should.
for...
Mike Myers, Tyler right here loves Love Guru.
I like it for what it is.
Mm-hmm. He was in Bohemian Rhapsody though. That was cool.
Yeah, that was good.
I didn't even notice that was him until my friend leaned over to me and she goes, "That's Shrek." And I'm like, "What do you mean that's Shrek?" And he started yelling. I'm like, "That's Shrek." I think that's why I gave the film an A.
I didn't realize it was him until someone pointed it out to me too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
it's weird. It's like, oh shit. And he's in Inglourious Bastard too. He has a nice little cameo in there too.
Really?
Yeah. Really small. Really small. He's like giving instructions to like Brad Pitt's crew, I think.
So it's like just a small little,
small
it was like Stan Lee.
Yeah, a little bit. But so we're moving on. Talking a little bit more Star Wars, getting those little news topics out of the way. Diving into this little puppet hole, we have our top 5 favorite Star Wars characters to talk about today.
Yes.
This was a tough fucking list, man.
It was. I would say, yeah.
This was this was the hardest list I think I've ever had to make. Especially when it comes down to only 5 characters.
Yeah, I had to like I was like, was it hard? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
No, I'm not going to give any honorable mentions.
I have some, but I'm going to save them till we're done.
All right.
So what's your number 5?
I don't have them like in order.
Oh, that's fine.
It's
just like number 5.
So I have Darth Maul, Boba Fett, Cad Bane, Yoda, and Darth Malgus.
I didn't even think about fucking Cad Bane.
My list is like people that like Star Wars know like some of those characters. People that are fans of Star Wars, like, oh, so he's an actual fan of Star Wars.
Yeah, people are gonna hate my list.
Oh, what's up?
I'm just gonna say them, and then we'll kind of go start with 5 and go up and give our reasons. Number 5 is Rey. I love Rey. Number 4 is Darth Maul. Number 3 is Obi-Wan. Number 2 is Kylo Ren. And number 1 is not Darth Vader. It's Ahsoka from the show.
I mean, I don't have Darth Vader, but your list is kind of...
I'll give my reasons. Strange. I'll give my reasons.
It's kind of strange.
So let's number 5. Let me defend my Rey pick for a second.
Okay.
I think Rey is one of the strongest characters so far in the franchise. She is such a mystery. It really between her and Princess Leia, me putting at number 5. But for her character, and I'm excited to see where Episode 9 takes her. Now, I mean, if I see Episode 9, I don't like where they at all go with her character.
Oh yeah,
total. This will
it's
get
subject to change.
It's very subject to change. But the thing about her character is, I love her introduction. I love her introduction to this world, and I like how she's played. I think Daisy Ridley does such a good job in the role. That again, I don't think she's the best written character, but I think actress playing wise, it's one of the best.
Yeah, she's a really good character.
And I like how she plays it off. Again, I don't like everything about her character, but I think I love her performance so much that it kind of escalated her a little bit more into my top 5. And when I just rewatched I rewatched Last Jedi and Force Awakens, and her performance in Last Jedi is incredible. Like, it is one of the biggest highlights of that film. And like the fact that, like, again, at this point, she just thinks she belongs to no one. I don't still believe that. I just love her character arc and where it's going so far. Again, subject to change, but I really like how she's portraying this character. And I love Rey. I like how she is. I don't care if you think she's an SJW because she's so fucking powerful. If she is any way related to Palpatine, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. If they are related, it makes sense, but I'm not going to say I like it.
Yeah. What was your number 5? Or 5 that you read?
Darth Maul, Boba Fett, Cad Bane, Yoda, and Darth Malgus.
So why do you have Darth Maul at number 5?
Well, it's...
Or just in general? Why is he in your top 5?
You didn't see a lot of...
he's my number 4.
If you're just a fan of Star Wars, and if you just like Star Wars, you only saw him in one movie. But his character is way more than just one movie. It shows way more when you read the comics, watch the shows. Yeah.
And that's why he's my number 4. His character arc in that show, especially Star Wars Rebels, when he came into Star Wars Rebels, I shit my pants. I had zero idea he was coming in here. And I'm watching Star Wars Rebels, and this guy takes off his hood. I'm like, holy fuck, it's fucking Darth Maul!
Yeah. And he... Actually, I take that back. He shows in 2 movies. He shows in Solo.
Phantom Menace. And, so really good expectations for that. I liked him.
My jaw dropped when he showed.
I was thinking it's gonna be Jabba the Hutt, but it makes sense because when I was going back and watching Clone Wars and Rebels, it ties in perfectly.
Oh yeah, it ties in perfect
with how he's running a gang in a sense. Because in Rebels. Now I'm curious, where's that little middle arc of how he lost the gang and where he is in Rebels now? He's a very fascinating character. His world, his creatures, his brother from Clone Wars.
Yeah, his brother, but also, he's bent completely on revenge. He's a hell-bent
And the best thing is, he's nor Sith nor Jedi.
Yeah, he's just there that knows how to use the Force.
It's so fascinating.
Which he uses a lot more Force in the show.
Plus, he's just a badass.
Yeah, he's like a ninja, lightsaber.
If we're just judging him from Phantom Menace, he doesn't deserve to be in the top 5. But if you judge him all around, awesome.
Oh yeah,
and I really wish, I hope down the road, if they made a movie about Darth Maul, that would make more money than a Han Solo movie.
I would say that these characters should just get their own
shows. I would rather see the shows instead. But
if you just gave minor cool characters that showed an appearance or had a little bit of influence on the movies, give them maybe one season, but really characters that fans really want. Give them a little bit more of a maybe a 2-season run.
I hope we get it off that streaming service, dude.
Yeah,
I think he deserves one.
There's a lot of characters that need.
Well, it's rumored that Donald Glover's getting his own as Lando, and it's rumored that Kira at the end of Solo is getting her own, Emilia Clarke. Which, if she does, Darth Maul will be in there. Yeah. You can't do it without Darth Maul.
You just give us Darth Maul.
Give us Darth Maul.
Everybody that likes Star Wars knows that we want that.
Yeah.
And they're doing Mandalorian show, so I would say maybe not do a Bounty Hunter. Probably just keep it at Mandalorian. Yeah. But definitely, you gotta show, just give us Darth Maul. That would be nice.
I'm so for it. Also, what's your next one? Because I already mentioned my number 4 being
Boba Fett.
Why is Boba Fett number 4?
Like I said, it's not in order. It's just more there.
You like the Bounty Hunters, though.
The Bounty Hunters are neat.
I like them. It's hard for me to put him in because he really... There's not a lot about him, which is cool. But I want more from him still. Mandalorian might further that for all I know. Maybe he comes back in it. I don't think they're going to do it.
So was this list based off of the movies or just Star Wars?
Just in general. Okay. Because Ahsoka isn't in any of the movies.
Oh, okay.
And she's my number 1.
Okay, I was making sure. I was like, this was just Star Wars in general, right? Okay.
Yeah, this is Star Wars in general.
All right.
And I like that you put Boba Fett in there. It's just for me, I couldn't even get him in my honorable mention. I love the design of him. He just goes out like a pussy, though.
Yeah, he is not in the shows a lot. He is really just in the books.
Jango Fett gets a lot more than him.
He does, but the character design of him.
Trivia question. What was the first appearance of Boba Fett?
Oof. The second.
The Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? That was the first time we ever saw him.
Yeah,
I've never seen the damn thing.
Like
I just know he's in there.
I forgot that's actual
It's one of the worst things
I know.
I've ever tried watching.
I've
tried watching it. It's horrible.
An old coworker of mine said that there's a scene where Chewie's talking to, I think, his family.
His family.
And there's no subtitles.
No. It's a... I can't even do the fucking Chewbacca noise.
I could not imagine just 5 minutes of that, but no subtitles, have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
It's bad. It's really bad.
There's a reason why there's probably
my number 3 was Obi-Wan Kenobi. I put number 3 as Obi-Wan because I think he's one of the most interesting characters in the whole lore. From the cartoons to the books to the prequel trilogy being probably the best part about the prequel trilogy. His whole fight and emotion with Anakin in that fight. You were the chosen one!
Oh, jeez.
I have the high ground now, Anakin! Ewan McGregor is fantastic as Obi-Wan. And that doesn't take anything away from Alec Guinness as the original Obi-Wan. But I just love Obi-Wan's swagger and the way that he plays off. And just, he's very by the books.
He's by the books, but
I like it.
He's, truthfully, like, what he says he is, and, like, the whole, like, kind of, like, movie is, he's like a brother to him.
Yeah, and the romance that they hint at with I don't remember her name, but the bounty hunter in the Clone Wars, I love. I just love the chemistry that he brings with other characters, and there's so much more to him. Yeah,
thinking about it, I forget how much Obi-Wan actually does when you think about the shows and everything else. He does a lot and goes to a lot of places and does a lot of things.
That's why I think he deserves his own show again.
Yeah, maybe.
Can you imagine a Logan-styled show?
But he's not Logan.
I don't mean by Logan, but I mean a Western type thing with him.
Yeah.
On Tatooine.
But, like, yeah, it has to be the right character. I don't think Obi-Wan is necessarily the right character because he is very by the book. It'd be boring to watch a show that is very
all the Jedi died.
Straight.
He's alive, and what if it's just a small little arc?
Oh, so yeah.
That's what I mean. When I get a show, I want after, like a couple
Okay.
years before he meets Luke.
Yeah,
I dig it.
That would be neat.
I want it.
Yeah, you'd probably just see him talking to Jawas.
Yeah. I dig it. I like the Jawas.
Just on their little sand cruisers.
What was your next one?
Cad Bane.
Ooh, yeah, one of the coolest. I actually have him right behind you on that pop.
Oh, you have a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
badass.
Honestly, if I could switch out Boba Fett with Jango Fett, I would, because Cad Bane is way more badass.
I mean, Cad Bane's another character I'd love to see more of.
Cad Bane's by far the best, in my opinion, the best bounty hunter.
Yeah,
in the
I agree with
whole
you.
Star Wars.
As of right now, until the Mandalorians, maybe.
Yeah, it might get replaced, but Cad Bane is, like, you want to talk, cool. Like, his swagger, like, his confidence, like, he shows, like, in
he didn't die, did he? Did he die?
I don't think he ever got a cause of death, or, like, if...
So he could still be alive?
I believe he's still alive. I could be wrong. I'm not 100%.
We should have done our research, but it's okay. The comment section will make sure to tell us on how Cad Bane
is.
The
comment section will be like, yeah, that motherfucker's dead. Or, like, actually, he's still alive.
No, we just don't know where he's at.
Yeah, he's...
on an island with some bitches.
Yeah, I want to say Cad Bane is what you probably wanted to see Jango Fett or Boba Fett. He's just a clever bounty hunter that does anything and will do anything as long as the price is right. You see him use a bunch of cool gadgets. There's, like, yeah, he's just a badass character and bounty hunter for sure.
I'm so for it. So my next one is Kylo Ren. Now, I think Kylo Ren is one of the, again, best acted characters in Star Wars right now. Adam Driver is excellent as Kylo. And I think his story arc is so fascinating. Think about it. As a Star Wars villain, though, if the prequels were better, I would say Darth Vader and Anakin both deserve this spot. But as a character, it's very fascinating where he's at right now. After Last Jedi with Force Awakens and going into Episode 9. Again, subject to change. This could get bumped out completely. If they redeem him, though, I would fucking hate that. Own that shit that you're a badass. Well, own that shit that you're trying to be a badass.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you better... Yeah, I wouldn't say...
Like, it's just... He's still a teenager. That's the thing. And I love that about him because he is very conflicted. Yeah. And I love that about his character. I mean, not a lot of people like him. I like his look. I like his lightsaber. It's probably one of the coolest lightsabers, I think.
His lightsaber is really, really cool when you know why it's like it.
So it doesn't cut his hand off. Which you damn right know Luke taught him that.
What?
do the hilt like that.
Oh no, it's exhaust pipes because the crystal is so unstable.
Well, but I was also thinking because when they try to glide down, they can't cut your hand.
Well, I just like when you really know like why it's there. Aside because if you look at it, it's like a regular Templar knight sword. Yeah, it's there to like guard your hand, but like the reason why it has those exhaust pipes, if you know why it's like that and why it's all distorted, if you're a Star Wars fan, that's why I like his lightsaber.
That's true.
By far the coolest.
But it also kind of parallels to him because as much as that's unstable, he's very unstable.
Yeah, so in a way, like, yeah, his lightsaber design is probably my favorite.
Right next to Dooku, I think. I love Dooku's.
Yeah, there's actually there's a few lightsabers I really neat. Like, if we're not just talking about Sith, Yoda's is really neat.
Yeah,
how like small
you
it is.
Like purple lightsabers.
Of course.
I love how Samuel Jackson said, "I'll be in the movie. I just want a purple lightsaber."
Which is also like another thing. If you're a fan of it, like there's a reason why his is purple and what it represents.
Well, that's the thing. I love Star Wars mythology, and Kylo Ren again is one of if you go to some of the books when he's growing up with Princess Leia, there's a book all about her where she kind of goes into like his childhood. Really fascinating. And again, a lot of that. I mean, I don't expect everyone to read the books. But I really think he's a very conflicted character, and he's one of the most interesting characters for me right now. That's kind of how he did this list, is like characters that I'm very interested in right now.
Yeah.
Which leads me to like my number one is Ahsoka, and like I'll get into it in a little bit of why I'm so interested with her. But
as long as, truthfully, like you said, it's subject to change. If Kylo in this next movie shows out to just be a full-on badass, yeah, he would probably like his character development will really.
It'll make totally sense.
It'll make sense, but not only that, he'll probably like get bumped up if he.
But I mean, he has to be more badass than Darth Vader. Like Rogue One Darth Vader scene, like that scene when he's tackling the guy. That was cool. That was a cool scene. Yeah. But I need that to be a majority of the film.
Yeah, I need to see him just do.
Like I don't need him to be. I'm good. I'm bad. I'm good. Yeah. I'm bad. No, I'm bad. Yeah, I'm bad. Fuck you.
He just needs to like be like a Sith that we wanted to see for these three movies.
No, I feel you. Who do you have next?
Yoda.
Wow, the Master Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda's.
He was close to being my number 5. He was really close to being my number 5.
Zero. Like nothing about him.
And I remember George Lucas. I think in his contract when he sold, he's like, you can never do a Yoda movie.
And I hope it stays that way.
I think it is like that. Like he doesn't want anyone knowing what Yoda is. No one even knows what alien he is.
Yeah, he's just completely unknown. He's just a wise,
badass,
really fucking
when
powerful.
When he's fighting Palpatine.
Oh. Yeah, yeah. See, like that. Yeah, example. Like the reason why Revenge of the Sith is like, well, I will defend it. There's some badass scenes in it,
like that.
Yeah,
or when he's fighting Dooku.
Yeah,
in the second one at the end,
which was kind of like. When you watch him, it's like you saw like a little bit of what Yoda can do, and then you really
just a little bit.
Yeah,
that's just a little bit. Can he stop like a Star Destroyer? Didn't that happen in Force Unleashed?
I have.
Remember when you pulling down the Star Destroyer?
Yeah, I mean
he's powerful. We all know he's powerful.
I don't know if Yoda did it. I can't remember, but either way, he's easily my favorite.
That's why I actually want a Clone Wars movie. Like, I want another Clone Wars movie.
Yeah.
Or just when all the Jedi were alive, because it'd be cool. Bring back Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Especially after seeing Captain Marvel and the de-aging stuff you can do there. You can make him young.
Mm-hmm.
Yoda. Goddamn. I would love to see it. I mean, Yoda appearing in Last Jedi was one of the best
it'd be really, really cool?
Huh.
If they did a Mace Windu and, like, a Yoda. Like
a buddy.
Like a buddy, like, show.
Or a movie. I'd actually like that as a
just movie. Something like it shows. Like I don't know what it would be if they're. I don't know. It would be really really cool.
I would really dig that.
And just show them being like.
You're getting me hyped, man. You're getting me hyped.
Yeah, for no reason
and
whatsoever.
And keep on the talk of the Jedi. Ahsoka Atona is my favorite Star Wars character at the moment. From Clone Wars to Rebels. Her progression, her story, and she's actually the one that discovered the time travel type stuff in Rebels. There's a scene where she's fighting Darth Vader, one of the coolest action sequences, holding him off for the Rebels crew. And it's blanking me what the main character's name is, but he's looking at all these portals and he sees them fighting, and he reaches his hand in and pulls her out, and it just closes, and he saves her because she died in season 2, and this was like the last season.
Oh.
And it's so fascinating because then they start going into that, and she actually ends up making it out of Rebels, so she's alive in this world now. So I'm interested because Dave Filoni, the guy who's in charge of Mandalorian, he created this character. This is the main character. This was Anakin's apprentice.
Yeah, apprentice. But not only that, because didn't
and she has 2 fucking lightsabers.
Didn't the Clone Wars show get revived for another season?
Yeah, they're doing the last season on the streaming service.
And they also, I believe at the very end it shows her like in a hologram, and then it ends.
And I think if I'm wrong, I heard from what I'm reading into it, it looks like the last season is going to be a lot about Darth Maul and her, and of course like Anakin and stuff too. But they're really diving into Darth Maul's the rest of Darth Maul's story.
Good. I mean. Hopefully this isn't where they just end Darth Maul. It's like, all right, we gave you enough in these shows. We're not gonna do anything.
He's always a character you can go back to. I mean, obviously you have to play in the restraints, fitting in the continuity and stuff. But again, Ahsoka, I think she's a character that deserves her own movie at this point. I think and Dave Filoni's even spoken to it. He's like, if I ever got to make a live action movie, be her. He's like, I already have a script.
Dang.
So I'm all for it.
That'd be neat.
And your number 1?
Darth Malgus.
You have to refresh me on who this is. I think I know who it is, but I don't want to get it wrong.
He was one of the leaders for the assault on the Jedi Temple when
in Old Republic.
Yeah. He's the one that has this crazy ass mask for one of. There's a little bit of reason, but
by the way, they officially announced that they're working on Knights of Old Republic.
Yeah, I saw that
show. Kathleen Kennedy announced it. I like how she was just like, "Yeah, we're working on it."
I mean, good. Darth Malgus is fans of Star Wars will know what it is, but people that don't are better familiar with Star Wars. He's just a badass tank of a Sith that back when Jedi and Sith were pretty much everywhere, led an assault on the Jedi Temple and basically just demolished it all.
I love it, dude. I love it, man. If you guys have ever played the Old Republic games,
or just on it, or just read the books, you'll know.
It's so fucking fascinating.
Yeah,
it's so. I love Darth Revan.
There's so many characters and there's a
lot. Again, that's a show. That I wouldn't even want a movie on the Old Republic. I would want a show because there's so much to it.
Yeah. So
much lore, so much back history to it. It's so fascinating. That's our top 5. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with us on this. That's fine. That's cool. These are our choices. Some honorable mentions. I want to mention General Grievous. If he got more runtime at all, he would have automatically gone in there. Yoda, Poe Dameron, Darth Vader, Qui-Gon Jinn. I love, and Rebels crew. The whole Star Wars Rebels crew I really like. And then of course Chewie. We gotta give Chewie a little love.
Yeah. See, there's a lot of characters.
Moving forward though, Curse of La Llorona comes out this past weekend. We're recording beforehand. We kind of just want to talk about paranormal. This is something we've never really discussed. Do you believe in ghosts?
Sort of. I've never truly experienced anything. I just don't want to be closed-minded to it because I
so would like to any think of the paranormal, right? Like monsters, aliens.
Oh, yeah, I definitely believe in aliens. I definitely believe something's out there. I would like to not think that we're just the only living organism in the whole.
You gotta think. I mean, even people who believe in God and whatnot, like I believe in God, but you have to think, what kind of test subjects to him? Like, in that theory and religion and however we came to life, you have to think why would we would be very selfish to think and very closed-minded to think that we are the only things alive.
Yeah, but not only that, but there's a lot of just signs of old Egyptians, for example. They worship these gods. They believe in mummification, the afterlife, Anubis, all these gods. And my thing is, they maybe aliens visited us back in the Egyptian days,
maybe
taught them how to build pyramids, and the Egyptians didn't know how to depict this alien figure, but all they knew was alright, it has a different kind of face, but kind of has the same body. We'll put a human body and maybe put a jackal face on it. You get Anubis.
Maybe really cool.
Or however you pronounce his name. So maybe
they made the pyramids.
Yeah, so there's like the pyramid, and then like also the Mayans. Like that's I don't know a lot about it, but there's like more about like there's probably something more.
There's something out there. See, for me, I believe in all that, man. Like ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot, Loch Ness. The thing, even with like dragons and stuff, mermaids, you have to think these came from someone's mind, where they saw something that made them think. And
well, I mean, the giant squid is one of the one of those
the
creatures.
The megalodon.
Well, both of those kind of go hand in hand because
I'm pretty sure there's like scientific stuff on that shit.
Well,
megalodon, I know for sure.
Oh, megalodon for sure did exist, but just in the sense of we thought the Kraken was just more of a mythology creature that sunk ships, pulled sailors overboard, all these things. But there is a sort of truth to that. We do have the giant squid, which just isn't this ginormous.
Yeah, but who says there wasn't a giant squid that was bigger?
Exactly. And we thought that giant squid were more of just a myth and just a creature. We actually have them.
It's scary to think that we have not explored all of the ocean. Like, isn't it like 75% of the ocean we have not explored?
Something, and I would have to find it. We'd have to look it up. But yeah, it's some absurd amount.
It's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
Like, we're trying to go up. We should be going down.
Well, just why don't we map out the whole area that we live in and we inhabit? There is so many species that probably have so many undiscovered properties.
Did you ever see The Meg?
No.
So dumb movie, dumb fun movie, but the scientific stuff of where the megalodon lays, it's like they hit the bottom of the ocean and they just tore this thing open and it opened up to even more. And that's where it was at tons of different species and stuff. And it's fascinating to think
it's kind of like lava, like kind of like cave over or something
and it's like,
crazy
it's
like
fascinating to think that could be real.
Yeah, I mean the Marianas Trench, it's literally a crevice in the Earth's crust. So I mean, to say that there isn't other like layers to it, yeah,
Godzilla comes from the ocean too.
Yeah, there's a lot about the ocean that is very scary, but also very fascinating.
Yeah, and see, like
that's the same thing with space.
Yeah. And so La Llorona, it's based off of Mexican culture, ghost about a weeping woman. I don't know if you're family because you
I'm part Mexican. My nana was very, very religious.
Did she ever mention?
No, I mean mention sort of. She just more told stories, but nothing to where she was like full blown like.
So like she goes for children.
Yeah.
Apparently. I mean I didn't grow up with this, so like I've actually been interviewing like coworkers and like friends who like did grow up on this. Because I'm fascinated. I'm not excited for the movie at all. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna check it out in theaters or I might just wait.
It's definitely a really good kid story.
Yeah.
Like or just
don't go in the forest. Because that's apparently where she's at. But there's people that I've talked to who said, no, my mom's experienced her. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, out in Mexico. And I'm like, but again, you don't know.
Yeah.
But it's keeping your mind open to. I mean, for all I know, they really did.
Yeah. When it comes to spirituality and like those kinds of things.
Which also rest in peace to Lorraine Warren of the Warrens. She passed away actually today at filming.
Oh.
She was obviously based on The Conjuring. Like her whole life was. Rest in peace to her.
Dang, I didn't realize that she passed.
82 years old, I think.
Wow. Yeah. Rest in peace. Yeah,
there's a lot of good interviews actually with her, or the writers of The Conjuring actually went to her house, and if you look up interviews with them of them talking about her, some creepy shit.
Yeah.
But rest in peace to her, man. I mean, she if you've never read her book, it is one of the most fascinating things about her life. And like her husband as well, Ed. And like their cases that they went to, they actually did a werewolf case, which is what The Conjuring 3 is supposed to be about. I
mean, I have there's a little bit of stuff that actually has truth to play into wolves. It's in a book that I read that we'll get into in a little bit, but yeah, it's weird to think that there's so many like stories of so many different cultures about ghosts. Or like even voodoo for demons and like voodoo.
The Wendigos.
Like and like the list goes on.
And again, who's to say these things are not real? These creatures, like they just don't want to see us though.
Yeah, and maybe prey on the people that actually do take it to heart, and the ones that don't, they just don't bother. I don't know.
People go missing all the time.
Yeah, people go missing all the time and don't really show up. it's just I'm not sure. I do know that because I read a book called Hunt for the Skinwalker by Colm A. Keller, and it's a very interesting book because he is a scientist that was part of.
I love hearing about this book.
This experiment that happened on a Utah ranch. It talks about how Bigfoot, the Yeti, UFOs, werewolves is like the first thing that they mention.
This is like real, like
supposedly. I mean, this guy's a legit
supposedly, supposedly real.
I mean, he has the credentials to show it because I was like, this like wait, this is like I was like very beginning. Like it talks about how this family is moving to this ranch in Utah. Like these are the first pages of the book, and they see this dog. And this dog's like huge. The dad, I think, is like 6'3", and the dog's like up to his chest or something. Like he's a big like wolf, and it's black, and they're like seems super like friendly, docile, but still a big fucking dog.
Different than your normal dog.
Yeah, and so they're like kind of like, all right, it's like, can we like keep it as a pet? And this family is also has cattle. That's how they make their money. It's a ranch, and so they're like looking at it, and then all of a sudden this wolf just starts attacking the cow. The dad runs up to it, kicks it, like is unfazed by it. Like the dad's doing everything he can to like get this dog off its cattle because this is their livelihood. This is what they live off of. Long story short, this like it takes gunshots, it takes a beating, and the whole dog just like shakes it off like it's nothing. And supposedly this shit happened. And like the whole wolf is like, and it's only mentioned a few times in this whole book where the wolves will like show an appearance. But this wolf just like got
there's
took
a lot
gunshots.
If you look into like I don't remember what book it was, but there's this Indian book I not Indian. There's an Indian book that one of my friends showed me at work where it's based off true stories about like Indian culture and like what they've experienced with spirits and shapeshifters.
Yeah,
it's a big one.
Skinwalker is one of the things that plays into.
And that's what it's called. That's what they call them, right? Skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers, yeah.
And so there's a story about these people driving on an Indian reservation through the middle of the night. And they go past one of the guards or something like who's kind of like the border, like going into their territory. And they asked like where they're like driving on it to go see their friend, and he was like he's like, we don't really let people in after like 2:00 like for like reasons. And it was like middle of nowhere, and they asked why, and they're like, well, it's like, I'll let you go through, like I know who you're talking about, but just a heads up, if you see anyone on the side of the road, do not help them, just keep going. So they tell the story of them driving. I think they actually did an interview on YouTube, or like a video on YouTube talking about it, and they're driving, and they see a homeless man, and they just keep driving past, because like,
it is.
But they said the creepy thing was they would turn, and the guy like just slowly like just walked down the middle of the road and just like stared at them, and then they kept driving, saw him again.
Oh.
So they get to their friend, whatever, drop him off, drop off their friend who's Indian, leaves him. Yeah. They three of them drive back. They see the same man, but multiple men come from behind them, not letting them go forward. They reverse, turn around, they go back the other way, and then it's all just dogs in front of them.
Yeah. So
I mean, who's to know if you can believe them, but it's creepy to think of.
It's creepy to think of, and like take it as you will, but the underlying thing here is that it happens on multiple occasions, and people have similar experiences.
Yeah, and experiences.
And skinwalkers are a legit thing in the Navajo, or not just Navajo, but the Indian mythology. That is a scary, real thing.
Very scary thing.
And so like Pet Sematary,
the Wendigo.
It's all based off of Indian mythology. It's Indian burial ground. Poltergeist, the house is built on burial Indian ground. There's a lot of things, and in this book, they also talk about how I don't know if it's all Indians, but at least if I recall, the Navajo believe that there's 9 different dimensions, And the reason why we see UFOs, balls of light, or just unidentified things is because they believe our dimension, which is not 100% certain, but I believe it says in the book that this is the third dimension, and our dimension sometimes intertwines with other dimensions, creating doorways or portals that show UFOs, Bigfoot.
They come through.
And just other things that we just don't know how to explain. And
if you look at that theory, because I had a girl I used to work with who really like believed in a lot of this. She kind of looked like an alien, so but she showed me she was like talking about like she was like, I believe so much in spirits, like I have a whole thing around my bed, like so no spirits can touch me, like get super into this shit. And one of the things she told me was that she's like, one of the things that conjures up portals and stuff. I don't fucking know if this is real, but this is one. It's experiences, and like sometimes you can read into someone like they are bullshitting. Yeah. And then you read into someone who's either just very creatively passionate about something, or passionately scared,
or just was tripping on a lot of drugs.
Yes.
Which is also a big thing, which is the DMT, but that's a different conversation from a different time.
But like she said that like every time you watch a horror film, it conjures up a portal, to where a thing could come out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that believe in Ouija boards, saying this opens up a portal and
that you just can't see.
That you just can't see, but also you don't really know what you're bringing through that portal. It's all very, very fascinating to me. I don't think
it's see, and that's my thing. I'm fascinated by it. I'm also fucking terrified of it.
Yeah, which is because I would say it's a little bit of respect for it, and also it's like I don't. It's just too much stuff to happen.
You're closed-minded if you don't believe in a lot of this. Where multiple experiences or multiple things, everything comes from something.
Yeah.
You can be as creative as you want, but something started from somewhere.
Yeah, and not only that, but I should stop saying. The guy also got, believe, government funding to do experiments on the ranch.
Yeah, and I mean we also have Area 51.
Area 51 is a huge thing. Yeah, there's a lot, and there's even rumors on like why we haven't been back to the moon, or like why we haven't done more space exploration. Those are all just rumors, and there could be legit reasons why we haven't.
Yeah,
in the sense of like, we don't have money or resources.
There's one where they talk about that the United States made a deal with aliens that like you leave Earth again, we'll kill you.
Jesus.
Which, think about it. Okay. I mean, think about it. They're not sending anyone up in a while. They've sent rovers and stuff. Yeah. And then they had that picture of the black hole, which was really fascinating.
Yeah, that's another theory where people believe, or I don't know, I shouldn't say just people. There are legit theorists that believe that our reality is in a black hole, and it's just in this weird backwards time.
Most people still think that the Earth is a flat.
Yeah, that still is very, very strange. I don't understand.
Have you seen the documentary? It's fucking dumbfounded.
I can't believe you actually watched it, but I understand
you watched it. I didn't finish it.
I understand you watched it because you love film, but I can't believe people still believe that the Earth
I can't believe
flat.
Someone... Yeah, no, it's dumb.
The person that was able to convince...
Tons of people,
thousands of people that the Earth is flat. I don't know what you did, but you are very persuasive, apparently.
You have, like, if you were in Skyrim, you had 100 charisma.
Like, the guy that said the Earth is flat has great persuasion. Because there are educated people that believe the Earth is flat.
And there's scientific funding that people are getting to prove it is flat.
I am truly dumbfounded by that. I don't get how that's possible.
So like we look at like things going on in the world. Flint, Michigan, with horrible water.
Yeah.
You go to like horrible countries, and people are getting money to look into the flat Earth. Sail a boat, record the whole fucking thing on a GoPro.
Yeah, I really want
updated every single day.
I want a live however long it takes from you to sail from one point of the Earth, sail around keyword here is around the world. live 100% of the time, no editing, straight through. That is what I need to see. And I want
they should have a flat earther and a person who believes that the world is round.
Everybody that believes in the flat earth and the foundation that is getting all this money, they should use that money to take everybody on a fucking cruise around the fucking world to record.
And they could even go
prove
like this. They could go this way and this way.
Any way you want.
No stops. Just fucking straight.
Just keep on going straight.
Enough supplies.
Just keep on going straight.
You got it.
And you know what?
And miss the Bermuda Triangle because they might get into some paranormal stuff.
You know what? I hope they hit the Bermuda Triangle. I'm just joking.
They disappear 24/7. You see aliens coming down.
I don't wish any doom upon anybody.
Yeah.
But
haven't they proven like what's wrong with the Bermuda Triangle?
I want to say it's just
like
part of the ocean that just has really, really bad choppy water and
stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think it was like proven.
Again, it could be a little black hole for all we know.
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah, paranormal situations. I like paranormal. There will be more situations coming out. If I ever see a video or anything, we'll bring it up on here.
Yeah, it's with paranormal and just all the things that can't be unexplained. Yeah. It's unexplainable. But
I want to mention a movie really fast that brings like that terrifying feel to it.
What's that?
Of not knowing what's going on. The Witch.
Yeah.
Like this poor fucking family gets exiled. And the first day they're exiled, the baby gets taken and grinded up and smothered over their body.
Yeah, that was a very... See, yeah, and that's also... The Witches. Like, that's another...
That's a folklore,
it's a folklore. There's a... Yeah, even more folklore. So, like, there's so many things of happening around the world have...
With witches still, like...
Well, just not just witches, but just things that you can't explain around the world of different cultures and backgrounds. That shit just happens. Like, things happen that can't be explained. And I feel like that is the message where shit is out there. Just don't be closed-minded to it.
Yeah, be
just
open.
Understand it. Something's there. It
Yeah,
has to
obviously. But I think that's a good point to put the pin in it. Before we get to our viewer questions, though, I do want to say this, that I'm actually going to input this into the podcast, but we're giving away a Blu-ray version of Glass. If you guys didn't see Glass, this is all because of Sandwichjohnfilms, the website that I'm a part of. We've got advanced movie screens. We talk about movie news, reviews all over on there. But they do some giveaways, and John, the creator, one of my good friends who got me on that website, he's giving us a copy of Glass to give away.
Shout out to him.
So,
thank you.
Did you see Glass?
I did.
I liked it. A little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
Just, if you like...
if you like M. Night Shyamalan.
If you like M. Night Shyamalan, you'll really, really like it. If you like...
I think he's one of the most creative minds working.
Yeah, he just kind of...
He's ambitious. Like, his ending to Glass, I understood what he was doing. It's ambitious. And you know what? I praise him. He makes the film off his own money.
Well, like, if you like Split, you'll like this movie.
Or Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Unbreakable is still my favorite in the whole series, but yeah, we are giving a Glass Blu-ray giveaway. So how are you able to win this? So I'm going to do a Gleam thing down at the bottom, which if you guys don't know what Gleam is, you go to it, you click this, you follow us on Twitter, you Instagram like us, you rate us on Spotify, you rate us on iTunes. There's going to be tons of ways that you guys can get in here. One of the biggest things, though, is please follow us on iTunes and Spotify and leave us a rating on iTunes. We have 4 right now, all 5 stars. Awesome. Keep it up, guys. It really helps us up because we're trying to move up on the charts. And then the other thing is to leave a comment on the YouTube video, on the video version of this, just telling us, what do you believe in ghosts? And who's your favorite Star Wars character? Yeah. That's all we want to know.
And even if you don't want to follow us or just do anything or leave a review, the least you can do is just give us a topic that you just like to hear about.
Because we want to talk with you guys, and that's kind of the biggest point of this. So do look out for that Glass Blu-ray. It's gonna be down in the Gleam. We'll probably be running this for 2 weeks. And then I'll say the rating, or I'll say the winner on the podcast. And I think this is actually gonna be something we're gonna do. I actually want to do giveaways on here because I want to give back to people.
Yeah.
People are really like, I'm very happy with people watching this, because when I checked how many times people actually watch the whole thing, a lot of people are watching the whole thing and listening to us talk. And because I can tell, like, watch minutes, and like the last one we got like 100 views on. just on YouTube alone. But there were a lot of more watch minutes on there. See, and that doesn't just include Spotify and iTunes. So
yeah, people listening to this, past, current, present, whatever it may be, thank you guys.
It means a lot to us.
It means just a lot that you guys like dig what we're talking about, and just the interaction is really nice. And I'm a huge, I love when people support, and I like giving things away. So keep on supporting.
And I think we'll probably just stick to giving away movies because dude, think about it. We could go get a movie like Serbian film.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And we could give that away.
Not just that, but I just want to give away everything. People are in because this is the podcast that we just like to talk about.
We could give away books.
Books, if anything, I don't know. I'm just gonna start buying random shit and just say, "Hey, you guys be wanted this?
You want some toilet paper?
Just
you live alone? Need some toilet paper?
Yeah, I know diapers are great for people getting ready to have babies. Yeah. Hey, maybe we'll have some diapers.
And if you're going to see Avengers Endgame, you might need some adult diapers yourself for a 3-hour runtime.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, but we got some viewer questions from some great people. One of the ones that was probably the hardest to answer was this first one. Name 5 people you'd love to meet or interview. Yeah. And this was from John Foley over on Twitter. Good reviewer over there. Go check him out on YouTube. I'll go through mine first.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is past, present, future. Stanley, one of them. I would have loved to meet him.
Stanley is,
Yeah, just have a sit-down conversation with him about just in general.
Creativity process.
One I'm actually going to change that I did not write down because I've had a dream about meeting him and I would fucking die to sit down and hang out with this guy is fucking Dave Grohl. Dude, I would love to sit down and just talk to him about his creative process, talk about life, talk about crazy stories that he's ever been in with Kurt Cobain, his new band.
Everything with Kurt Cobain would be insane. Just that in Nirvana era, the grunge era. I didn't even think about that. That'd be that'd be so cool.
Another one is Donald Glover. I would to just sit with him, smoke some weed. Did you see him in Coachella? He went into the crowd and he's like, "Who wants a blunt? But I need to check your ID to see if you're 21." And so the guy comes up, he's like, "You don't look 21." He's like, "No, look at my ID." He's like, "Okay, you 21."
That's awesome.
It's amazing. Jordan Peele's another one.
Jordan Peele, that would be really cool to see, kind of understand how he thinks about horror.
Or just be on set and watch him make a movie.
Yeah, see how he directs. Something, Jordan Peele would be really cool. Dave Grohl, I didn't even, awesome pick.
My next one is Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
After mid-90s, I want to be with around this guy for whatever project he works on next. He is such a good director, such a good writer, and he's pursuing more photography now. He actually just dropped out of the film that he was supposed to act in for Clint Eastwood. And I'm actually thinking he really is going in a direction where I think he's really going away from acting.
He just wants to do more just creative aspects.
Yeah, and I love that about him. And then I had one more written down. That was Jennifer Kent. She directed The Babadook. It's one of my favorite horror films of all time. I would love to sit down with her and talk about The Babadook and gush all over it.
It's a slow...
It's so
it's slow but intense as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
It's the whole time you're like, what the fuck's gonna happen next? Yeah. You're like, and it's nothing scary. You're just like, why does that have to be filmed that way?
And it's just the themes of it are so incredible. Like that film, it's scary on a different level. Like not horrifying, but the Babadook is a scary character.
Yeah, it just gets kind of in your skin.
I love it. I love it. I can't wait to see her new film, The Nightingale, this year, dude. I hope it finally gets a rating out here. It's NC-17, I think, as of right now.
What's the plot of that?
I have no idea. I don't want to.
They don't know.
I don't want to know. I think it's maybe about witches, but I don't want to know at all. I know you can find out.
Damn.
But from what I understand, it's NC-17 because they premiered it at Sundance, and I don't think it's. I still don't think it's been picked up.
I want an NC-17 version. Like if they have to dumb it down to make it R. Can I just get a separate? Because I want to see the original.
Probably on the Blu-ray.
I want to know how crazy that movie is.
I mean, they probably just have to tone down a couple scenes.
Yeah, maybe.
Because there's a couple movies that were pretty close to NC-17.
Was Mother? It's Jennifer Aniston.
I wouldn't be surprised if it almost was.
It's Jennifer Aniston, right?
Jennifer Lawrence.
No, Lawrence, sorry.
Aniston would have been a different choice.
Oh, Jesus.
Friends reunion. Fuck.
Oh.
They bring the couch in and destroy it. What the fuck? Pivot! Who are your 5?
My 5's My 5: Gandhi, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, Tarantino's a good one.
Alan Watts, Will Smith, and Abraham Lincoln.
Why those?
Gandhi. I would really like to understand his way of looking at life. As much as I can really think about, probably the most enlightened person to ever live besides Buddha.
He'd be really fascinating to talk to.
Yeah, just get his perspective and how to be just happy.
Yeah.
I feel like he would just have a lot of really good points of how to look at life. Quentin Tarantino. I mean,
it speaks for itself.
Speaks for itself. It'd be really cool to talk to him and just basically how he makes movies. Alan Watts. He was a really. What was it? He was I can't. It's off the top of my. I can't remember exactly what he did. Just had really good viewpoints on looking at life, how to deal with stressful situations. He was like a theorist, basically. God, I can't remember. It's off the tip of my tongue. Fuck it. Will Smith.
Yeah. Fresh Prince, man.
It's Will Smith. Yeah, but what's Men in Black like?
Is the Men in Black real?
Exactly.
You actually train with them.
Abraham Lincoln. I'd be real. I mean,
The Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I never saw that movie.
You didn't see that movie?
Was it good?
I liked it. I thought it was good.
A lot of people shit on it, and I'm like, I want to watch this.
Just enjoy it for just this dumb Abraham Lincoln.
That's how I am with Daybreakers. That's how I am with Daybreakers.
Slicing off like vampire heads with an axe.
But Abraham Lincoln, I mean, that would be. I mean, you could go hit up the guy who played him in the Spielberg film, Lincoln.
I just don't know how you. I mean, as far as I am concerned, I would say that he wasn't racist to black people. It's just more he wanted equal rights for people. So I'm curious to see how he would be talking to a brown person. Get an interview.
That'd be a good one.
I wonder if he'd be like, all right, can we quick?
Hurry up, please.
All right. But yeah, those are my people.
I like them. Our next one is our favorite cartoon. This is from Marvel Master Jake. My personal favorite cartoon growing
Flapjack.
up. Stop. Or Chowder.
Flapjack.
Flapjack. That was it. I love
Flapjack.
And that's a really good modern Cartoon Network show.
Yeah, and it didn't get it like it was here and there.
No one watched it.
That was
really good.
Good show.
My favorite cartoon, it's between Courage the Cowardly Dog or Rocko's Modern Life. I love both those shows so much. Samurai Jack, man, that last season.
Fuck.
That last season was so
I completely
good.
Forgot about Samurai fucking.
And then Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball. I fucking love Naruto.
I'm not gonna put Dragon Ball up there because fuck. There's so many episodes and different iterations of it. Mm-hmm. It's hard to keep track of.
Honestly, my favorite cartoon is probably Naruto. To be flat out honest, like the progression through that show is one of the... And the fact that going into Shippuden, the more adult-oriented one, and how unique it is, it's like... It's a show that, like... I went back last year and rewatched the whole first, like, actual episode. Because I started watching the new version of it with his son. I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to go back and rewatch them. And it's brutal. I'm like, holy fuck. Yeah, it's... more because I'm watching it with, like, the subs, so it's way more brutal than an American version.
So it's from
like One Piece. If you watch One Piece subbed, it's like 10 times different.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean,
so I'm kind of like Attack on Titan. If anybody ever watched.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
If anybody anybody listening and never really got into anime, perfect show to start with is
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Attack on Titan, or I mean, if you can really consider it anime. Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, can I give you one more great cartoon show? The Animaniacs.
Animaniacs is a great one. I mean, I like Flapjack because it's...
They're bringing it back.
They are bringing back Flapjack?
No. Animaniacs are bringing back.
Oh, they are?
Uh-huh.
That's awesome, but I still would like to see
Flapjack. And they're going to keep the same tone. I'd love to see Flapjack, too. There's a lot of good cartoon shows. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Curtis, who loves Caillou. so much.
Oh Jesus.
That's a great story. I mean, we used to love playing zombies, and I remember we were talking about the white bald kid cartoon show, and he goes, "Isn't that One Punch Man?" We're like, and we just started fucking laughing so hard. I mean, he's not wrong, but we're talking about a little kid.
Oh God, Curtis.
So,
God.
leukemia. Caillou,
Yeah.
man.
I can't believe he says. I'm no comment.
Some of the stuff
no comment.
Our zombie conversations were some of the best.
No comment.
We get to like
that.
round 50 talking about the stupidest nonsense in the world, while also bickering. I want that bow. No, I want that bow.
I can't tell you. When was the last time you played a zombies game?
Oh, a couple days ago.
Really?
I wanted to try the new map. Yeah.
I have not played zombies.
I liked it.
I haven't touched Call of Duty in so long.
Nah, dude. But the same thing. I'm with you. I just don't play video games as much. I told you I'm more single player now. Like I'm definitely more single player.
I just want to go at my own pace. I don't want to be rushed into playing anything.
No, I feel you. Next one is first 2 Terminator films or 2 Alien films.
Alien.
Totally wrong with you, man.
Alien.
Terminator.
Alien was a benchmark for science.
It was.
I mean,
for
space
sci-fi.
horror.
But the thing is, I think the first Alien's a little overrated. The second one's great.
I agree. I 100% agree that the first one's a little bit overrated, but it's still like I like it for what it represents because I love horror.
I will say this: Alien is a smarter movie than Terminator.
Yeah, and plus,
At least
like all the animatronics and like everything that movie like did, like it was kind of just like ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you're making good points. It's just for me, I think Terminator's more nostalgic for me. Because I grew up with the first 2 Terminators. Alien, I didn't see the first 2 Alien films until probably 7 years ago.
I didn't
after
either.
Prometheus. Because I think, well, actually, no, I'd seen Alien before Prometheus, but it was leading into Prometheus because I love Prometheus.
It's a good movie.
I loved Alien Covenant.
That's like one of my theories.
Unpopular opinion, Alien Covenant's my second favorite Alien film.
Alien Covenant was good. Actually, funny enough, Prometheus is actually a really good idea of how humans came to be.
Yes. It goes along with our conversation.
It does. So like I would that is I like that movie if you don't put the
if they didn't tie in the alien thing at the end, I think that film and you didn't try saying this is an alien movie, it would have been so much better. At least for marketing wise, because I think that's why people were disappointed by the movie. I was intrigued by it because I love mythology building. Yeah, and I think we've talked about this. Like, if a film does mythology really, really good and world building, I'm all on board.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, and it does it in a boring way, then I'm not on board.
Yeah, I just wish the only thing wrong with Prometheus is that he should have not made so many loose ends.
Yeah, and then done it in Covenant, and then like that's the one thing I wish films would just like. Okay, this is one film. We're gonna open some things up for the future,
but not just. All right, we're gonna answer one question, and then we're gonna give you
55
other ones.
Like Covenant answered maybe a couple.
Yeah, but you're just like still left with.
It left it open for one more, and it's like
much.
I need another one, and we're never gonna get it. Sadly.
Yeah.
Sadly, horribly.
All you saw was him with at the very end with David, all the human embryos, was it?
Yeah, and the xenomorph.
Yeah. And just him, like, oh, yeah.
Tinkering away. I love David. I think he's one of the most fascinating. Michael Fassbender, man.
God. Oh, he's such a good actor. He was
when they're
so
both fighting
good.
in Covenant.
Oh, yeah, that was a trip.
I know we're getting off topic, but man, fucking Alien Covenant rocked my world.
That was neat.
Favorite directors?
Quentin Tarantino, Spielberg.
Scorsese and Tarantino. The most underrated work for me for Scorsese is Silence. I think no one saw that. It has Andrew Garfield, Liam Neeson, Adam Driver. It's amazing. So it's a film I'll probably never watch again though, just because it's super hard to watch. It's brutal. It's based off a true story about priests going to, I can't remember, China or Japan, to try and convert people to Christianity, and they don't like those people. They cut your head off.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And you see it. Dude, they hung him on a cross for weeks and burned them and let the waves hit them in their open wounds.
What movie? What?
This is Silence. It's based off a true story. It's Scorsese's passion project. He wanted to make it since he first started directing. You've never seen it. You have to. It's so good.
I'm interested now.
So good.
Damn.
And then Tarantino, Hateful Eight. I think people shit on Hateful Eight, and I think you are with me on this. It is a great movie.
So when you told me this question, I was like, yeah, definitely those two are my favorite directors. And they're like, and then you said follow up, most underrated. I'm like, I don't really know. Like, I think they're all really, really good. And you're like, Hateful Eight was shit. I was like, what?
Yeah, dude, I know so many people who like, and even on social media, like I mentioned, I was like, Hateful Eight's a good movie, and people are like, ugh, why? And I'm like,
it's just a good movie.
It's different.
It's slow as shit. I get it, but damn, is it a good movie? It's just a movie that just...
Tarantino's one of the best writers in Hollywood.
He's diverse. He knows how to like change the pace of a movie. Like he knows how to. I mean, Pulp Fiction, like how to set up so
interesting
many
stories.
Yeah,
and Hateful Eight does it in a very well. Hateful Eight feels like a play.
Yes, I would. Yeah, because they even like say like Act 1, Act 2.
Act 2.
Yeah, without even just that, the way it's set up, the way it progresses, is 100% like a play.
It's very smart.
If you just took out like the acts in between, it 100% feels like that.
And now you
Which
mentioned
is good.
Ready Player One as being underrated. I agree with you on that. People shit on that movie. I get that there's not a lot of character progression in that movie.
Yeah.
But it's an entertaining movie. But I actually thought of another Spielberg film that is super underrated, and that's Catch Me If You Can, with the DiCaprio and Tom Hanks.
That's underrated.
No one's seen it. In fact, do you know a lot of people think that's directed by Scorsese?
I mean, I can see it.
There was a Twitter page that's like has a check mark, and they post "I love Catch Me If You Can," directed by Scorsese. I'm like, and I reply back. I'm like, it's not directed by Scorsese.
See, that's like before you post,
you have to fact check.
Make sure you fact.
And I didn't want to be that dick that did it, but I was like,
but you deserve it. That's not giving credit to the right source.
No, and it's like Spielberg deserves that. Like Scorsese has a bunch of great films, but I just think not a lot of people have seen Catch Me If You Can. More people have probably seen Ready Player One than Catch Me If You Can.
Absolutely, and I feel like, in my eyes, people probably saw Ready Player One for the wrong reason. If that movie is 100% for people that grew up playing video games
and nerd stuff,
and just enjoyed it, that kind of like culture for what it is. That's what that movie was for.
If you wanted more from that, I don't know what you wanted. It's not a drama. It's a fun, entertaining movie.
And which kind of like
people were trying to compare it to the book. I'm like, you can't compare it to the book. And the thing is, the author even had a hand in writing the script. And in fact, one of the best moments of last year's film was the Shining sequence. That is one for me. That was my favorite.
Oh no, man down, man down.
My book
there goes
just
your
fell.
nose.
Oh well. But it's probably a ghost.
Yeah, there we go.
But no, I really liked all the little Easter eggs, but really that Shining sequence. Like I went with your brother. I took your brother to the early screening, and I remember I grabbed your brother on the arm, and I stood up and said, "Holy fuck! It's The Shining."
That,
because that's not in the book.
Yeah, I didn't read the book, but besides video games, it's also a movie for people that, like you, really, really enjoy film and just soak up.
It's one of the nerdiest things I've ever seen in my life.
I would agree with that, but it's so beautiful that it works.
And like I got so many of the small jokes, like the holy hand grenade. I feel like I was the only one that got that. Or the Zemeckis cube. Do you know who Zemeckis is? He made Back to the Future. That's why it goes back in time. There's so many small little things like that I'm like, and then not a lot of people know that Stephen King fucking hates the Shining movie. And that's a big plot point, is like, there's just so many smart things in that film and smart things in the script. And again, it's a lot of nerd culture, you know?
It's just, it's a movie for a specific culture.
Absolutely.
And
your brother tells me it's one of his favorite movies of all time. And being him, understandable.
Yeah,
it checks the boxes.
It checks the boxes for all of the people that enjoy for what it represents. And I think it's a great movie.
Our last question from Colin is favorite villains from anything. So this was tough.
Like if just naming one?
Yeah, I went with two. General Rom, because he looks like a badass. I dig his aesthetic. And Magneto. I think Magneto is one of the best well-written villains ever made, just because you get his ideology.
from a movie, definitely gonna go with Hannibal Lecter. Yeah. If you're gonna do like a video game, definitely Voss.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he had he's kind of like Hannibal Lecter, where it was more psychological and manipulation and stuff like that. I like those villains. I like where they kind of get
you thinking.
Yeah, you're like, what's your like true motive? Like, what the hell are you doing? And then once like, they're just very smart in their own right, and I like those characters.
Yeah, I dig them a lot. But that's the last of our viewer questions, guys. Keep in mind, leave them down below. Tweet at us. Tweet at me. Like, whatever you guys want. Whatever topic you guys want to talk about. Yeah, you're not on top of it. So you got to come talk to me. But I'll make sure to save them. Like, I save each one that I ever get. But this was another great discussion. 3rd episode in. We have a giveaway going from Sandwichjohnfilms for Glass Blu-ray. So if you don't have the money to go pick up Glass, go check out all the things. Help us out. Share the podcast. Rate it. Like it. And make sure to tune in next week for another great discussion.
Well, I'm not sure what's going to be next.
No, maybe streaming. I think we need to talk about streaming.
Yeah, because let's probably streaming.
Because especially with the Disney news coming up and all this, there's a lot to go into that.
Apple's too. Yeah, so there's a little preview for next episode.
Yeah,
we're definitely gonna...
And if you have any other topics you want us to talk about, hell, give us all to it.
Yeah.
We are the Good Boys, of course. You're
Tyler.
I'm Zach. And knock knock. Till next time, we'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys again.
Later.